Hey y'all, Dekumon here, and welcome back to the Final Fantasy XIV class and job quest line. Yeah, I'm not sure what I wanted to play at the moment, so I figured good opportunity to get one or two of these knocked out in the meantime while we continue to push through Expedition 33. Also, I get an opportunity to, seriously, my freaking anima, I get an opportunity to show off my lovely new Phantom Relic weapon. Yeah, I finished the grind, I think the day I was recording Hildy. I managed to get the last few Atmas and put a couple levels into my dancer in the meantime too. Whew. Fate grinds, man, fate grinds. Some days you get lucky, some days it takes like an hour and a half to drop one stone. And then immediately afterwards you get two more in the next area. So that's the way it goes. But we're not here to talk about Black Mage, we're not here to talk about Occult Crescent. We're here to see what the new job I'm gonna be showing the job and class quests off of. So let's go to the wheel. All right, I mean, you guys all know what this is gonna be, but I'm very curious to see which class I'm gonna be showing off today. Give me something good, give me something that's funny. That is hilarious that I am in my Black Mage outfit, and we're gonna be playing the Black Mage quest line. All right, we are all set and good to go. I've got my Shadowbringer's artifact armor and weapon equipped. We are about as depowered as we're going to get, barring me just stripping down to my skivvies again. You know what? Screw it. Let's take these off right now. There. I'm slightly less OP. I mean, I'm gonna still be disgustingly overpowered considering that we're going into, you know, the Realm Reborn class quest. Funny enough, I think Black Mage was actually the first DPS class I ever leveled. Anyway. Welcome to the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is the fate that has guided your steps here, friends. Within these hallowed halls, the arts of devastation are taught, primeval magics with which to bring about an enemy's ruin. If you have joined our ranks and wield the power of Thaumaturgy, I urge you to seize this moment and confide in me your arcane ambitions. Do you wish to join the Thaumaturge's Guild? Yes? Yes, there truly was no other answer, was there? Lean closer now, and I shall whisper to you of Thaumaturge's beginnings. The nation of Uldar inherited its traditions from ancient Beldiva. Belladia. A city founded by the descendants of the first mages. The secrets of these illustrious sorcerers were ultimately entrusted to the priests of the Order of Nardthal, who have passed them down from generation to generation ever since. Focused and refined over centuries of use in the Order's funeral rites, the arcane magics of our ancestors eventually emerged as the art we now know as Thaumaturgy. A freezing blizzard to hold corruption, a raging fire to cleanse the corpse, a bolt of lightning to expel the sins of mortal life. The domas employed in the preparation of the dead are equally efficacious when applied to the living. Thus does our guild thrive in the depths of Azrith Osui, a sanctuary devoted to Thol, the divine arbiter of the afterlife. What say you then, adventurer? If you would plumb the abyssal depths of Thaumaturgy, let our learned sages guide your descent. But before you leap into the darkness, you must prove to our guildmasters that you are possessed of the spiritual fortitude necessary to look upon that which waits therein. When you are ready to submit to the judgment of our most eminent mages, just say the word. I'm ready. Well, adventurer, will you join our guild, or do you presume to ignore the urgings of impatient destiny? Way of the Thaumaturge, more like Way of the Lalafell, judging by that picture. A wise decision indeed. To prepare for your initiation, I would have you study the volumes of fundamental thaumaturgical principle, all 108 of them. Or at least I would if such requirements had not been abolished. Too great a deterrent to fresh novices, they said. I suppose you shall have to settle for calling upon the collective wisdom of our guildmasters. We have 5, you see, all brothers of the same house. Though they all wield supreme authority, it is the elders who provide a singular voice for the guild when one is required. Master Kokobigo, I believe. Kokobigo, eh? And then before this becomes too much of a physical nuisance, I'm gonna take the hat off. There we go. Much better looking. Yep, oh my gosh, there are literally, hold up. Oh, there's the 5th. I love how the 5th one, Kokobuki, that is actually labeled Guildmaster and he's in the corner. Oh, what? Oh, those teeth, man. Did your mother never tell you not to startle a Thaumaturge? Look at that expectant face, Kokobigo. This gentleman is obviously a new applicant for the guild seeking audience with our eldest brother. I am gonna get all these voices mixed up right off the bat. I'm just gonna, like, apologize for that right out. Oh, Prelate Yakurge. She can recite the 307 verses of the funerary rites of the virtuous fallen, but the simple task of keeping our name straight seems ever beyond her grasp. Well, I for one shall find the constant confusion endlessly entertaining. My apologies, good sir. My merriment was not meant to mock your mistake. It is our sibling Kokobuki with whom you should speak. What's this? What's this? Thal has led us a new aspirant. Ah, Kokobuki! Were you here the entire time? Greetings, child. I am Kokobuki, the eldest, and I would venture to say the wisest, of the 5 masters of the Thaumaturge's Guild. It is my solemn duty to furnish our would-be initiates with a succinct understanding of our beloved art. Thus I would have your fullest attention. To wield Thaumaturge is to unleash devastation of the highest magnitude. The lethal force of our spells far exceeds the destructive capability of any other form of arcane manipulation. Fire, lightning, blizzards, somnolence, which you'll never use again. The Thaumaturge has called upon an expansive arsenal of offensive incantations to incapacitate and obliterate all manner of adversaries. Open your mind to our sorcerer's teachings, and you too shall soon hold the unparalleled power of our discipline in the palm of your hand. Of course such power has a price. You must be willing to plunge headfirst into the forbidding chasm of Thaumaturge's secrets, for advancement in this art comes only with the completion of deadly and terrible trials. I ask you now, aspirant, are you prepared to leap into the abyss in pursuit of power unrivaled? Are you prepared? Yes! A confident response. Your name, if you will. Very well, Dekumon. Let us mark your initiation with 3 eminently practical gifts. My first gift to you shall be an addition to your hunting log, the names of such enemies that will provide suitable to your training as a Thaumaturge. The second and third gifts are the scepter and shield, instruments you shall need to focus the destructive force of your will. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Thaumaturges were originally a one-handed and a two-handed class. Yeah, that was weird way back in the day. But yes, Thaumaturges could have one-handed weapons that let them use a shield in the offhand. That is long gone. I'm pretty sure ever since even like late Realm Reborn, they stopped doing that. I don't even think they have a single one-handed weapon above level 50. Did you believe your initiation over? My dear disciple, we have only just begun. Take your new weapons in hand, and I will set you forth upon your first trial. I think I'll keep my two-handed staff, thank you very much. But it is that reason why Thaumaturges have the weird stance that they do. Specifically, you can see how I'm holding it like this. This is why, despite the fact that this looks like it's huge, I'm holding it in one hand. Because Thaumaturges were originally designed to have shields. Now, of course, I'm going to have to commit the cardinal sin of taking off my soul crystal and watching my hotbar go to hot mess. So I'll be back once I fix that. So, slight miscalculation on my part. The relic weapon that I have and the artifact armor is black mage specific. You cannot be a Thaumaturge wearing it, which basically means I had to go snag a replacement weapon out of storage. And for the time being, I will be rocking my level 100 gear until we get out of the Thaumaturge questline. Then I can go back to the stuff we had on. Anyway, now that I have that all taken care of and I got my hotbar fixed up, seriously, the class quest hotbars are just such a hot mess anymore. Let's get started with my first scepter. The scepter well complements the avid desire for destructive power written upon your features. Now, we shall complete your initiation with a trial to test the limits of your aptitude for channeling Thaumaturgy. Huge hornets, star marmots, and snapping shrews inhabit this land in abundance. Exercise your sorceress might and slay 3 of each of these creatures before returning to my side. I can do that. That was so embarrassingly fast, I'm not even going to bother showing it to you. No, it's literally, it was just a joke. Just a couple of AoE spells and the whole crowd just folds. You have the satisfied look of a mage who has utterly vanquished his foes. Dekumon, I formally welcome you into the Brotherhood of Thaumaturges. The purpose of this trial was to gauge your capacity for wielding Thaumaturgy, an innate quality the limits of which are bound by the level of etheric energy flowing through your physical being. And yours seems abnormally high. Ether, the very stuff of life, exists within all living creatures to a greater or lesser extent. Remember this, for it is the most basic law of arcane manipulation. As your experience grows, so shall your reserves of thaumaturgical endurance. The wellspring of your magical might will also swell in response to moments of extreme terror and duress. When you find yourself seeking greater challenge, when next you crave the thrill of exquisite fear, that is when you shall know the time has come for you to visit me once more. The next Thaumaturge quest will be available upon reaching level 5. I'm pretty sure I'm there, but thanks for asking anyway. Up next, the Threat of Intimacy. Your burgeoning power strains against the confines of your untried mortal shell. Another trial you must have. From this day forth, your tasks and challenges will be shaped by the teachings found within Thaumaturge, the Yawning Abyss, a tome penned by the renowned Thaumaturge, Zozomaya. My brothers, who have not once tasted the bitter draught of defeat, will instruct you on the vital lessons to be gleaned from the 4 extensive chapters that comprise this exemplary work. Much shall you learn about the threats with which a practitioner of our art must contend. The first chapter, the Threat of Intimacy, falls within Kokobigo's purview. It is only fitting that one so adverse to being approached should teach you the wisdom to be uncovered therein. And this is where I just get to start having fun with the various voices. Yes, Dekumon, I've been expecting you. Allow me to read to you the pertinent passages from the opening chapter to Zozomaya's Guide. The Threat of Intimacy. How magnificent the potent power we wield. Roaring flames, piercing ice, and shocking bolts are matched not by fist or sword or spear. But the burly warrior waxes fearsome with every closing step. Fish shatter bone, blades slice through flesh, spears puncture soft bellies. Know you this threat, and stand you apart from such men. That last part makes me queasy no matter how often I recite it. The lesson, however, should be obvious. Keep your distance from your foes. Apart from the agony of being hit, or stabbed, or worse, you'll have a devil of a time completing an incantation with an enemy flailing his weapons at your person. Thus, the white Thaumaturge always strikes from afar. The farther, the better. Now, let us proceed with your trial. Take this dried fish and set it down in the vicinity of the Silver Bazaar. Next, simply draw back to a comfortable distance and wait for a vulture to swoop in to feed. That's when you ambush the nasty creature with a barrage of deadly spells. Once you have slain the scavenger, be sure to retrieve a generous slice of vulture meat for Farfafono. He doesn't mind us conducting trials so close to his shop, so long as he's properly compensated. Yes, Dekumon, we pay him in sorcery blasted bird flesh. Don't worry, I'll even cook it well done for him. Here's the spot. 1 dried fish. Actually, hang on. Let me put my chocobo away real quick. Take 5, buddy. Had you out when I was doing the fate grinding the other night. Still a bit of a hassle. Oof. I do not like doing that. I sense a hostile presence. Oh no! A level 5 vulture, whatever do I do? Roast it! There you go. Easy enough. Now all I have to do is deliver the well-done bird while riding a bird. You must be the one I'm delivering this to. You're done making use of my testing grounds, are you? Cough up the fee then. Here. There's nothing so tender as a bit of meat pummeled with wanton wizardry. Nice doing business with you, Thaumaturge. Did you say Thaumaturge? Has this mage just completed a guild trial? Oh, Master Alchemist, what brings you to our bazaar this fine evening? The gentleman here just slew himself a plump vulture. You'd be surprised at how many of these scepter-wielding sorcerers end up sliced to ribbons by beak and talon. And that's not the sort of flesh I've a taste for, you understand. Oh, my brothers, not again! The black sheep of the family, I imagine. Well, that was easy enough. Welcome back, Dekumon. You seem to have done well. Both eyes intact. Face appears unshredded. It truly is the most terrible feeling to have one catching interrupting by heinous injury. It's one of the easier trials, if you ask me. Keep well away from pointy, slashy, bashy things if you want to reach the end of an arcane utterance. Oh, that's just common sense. Fortune favors the fighter who flings fire from afar. I simply loved the look of loathing leveled at me by the distant duelist distressed by my deadly downpour. We Thaumaturges excel at offense, but fail miserably at defense. Our most effective strategy is to topple our adversaries with overwhelming force before they have a chance to respond. Honor is for knights and dead mages. Dekumon, your studies appear to be progressing nicely. It won't be long before you dominate the battlefield as an avatar of sorcerous destruction. And here comes the sister. Which I assume this is the sister and not another brother.
So it's true, Buki. Don't try to hide from me, Bigo. Or you, Bonnie. Or Bessie. Or Boha.
Kokobussi, what are you doing here? Wait a minute, no, you cannot have named this one. I'm sorry. I have to stop for a second. This one, Kokobussi. I'm sorry. What the hell were you thinking? I'm sorry. I can't remember. Whew. That is a hell of a name. Please tell me I don't have to pronounce that one on the regular.
Oh, you promised you would teach me next.
Oh, that is a boy, I imagined.
Well, yes, of course we did, Bussy.
Can't say it without cracking up.
But Dekumon here was most insistent. And once again, you brushed me aside in the hopes that I abandoned my heart's desire. Why do you deny me? I hate you, all of you. Please, Bussy.
You shouldn't say such hurtful things. You know how delicate Bigo is. Oh, goodness. That was Kokobussi, our youngest brother. It's a brother, it makes it even worse. And if you do not know why I am cackling, I envy you and your pure and innocent mind. He so dearly wishes to become a Thaumaturge like the rest of us, but it simply isn't possible. The poor boy's etheric levels are pitifully low. We thought we had convinced him to accept fate's cruel quirks when he entered the Alchemist Guild, but he yet yearns to walk the path of Thaumaturgy. Such is Kokobusi's determination that he spends all his waking moments experimenting with alchemical concoctions, seeking a method by which he can expand his capacity for arcane manipulation. Well, this is obviously not your concern. Back to the abyss with you, young Thaumaturge. And I mean that in the most encouraging manner possible. I'm still trying to get the fucking tears out of my eyes. I was laughing so hard. I'm sorry. You cannot have named a male character Bussy. I'm sorry. You cannot have done that, game. Square, what were you thinking? The Threat of Paucity. Yes, Dekumon, yes. The aura of power surrounding you is palpable. The glare begins to blind my Thaumaturge's eye. Yeah, just wait till I show off the level 100 glare. Your lesson today shall be taught by Kokobani. Go to him and hear from the chapter entitled The Threat of Paucity. I assume this is the threat of don't freaking move while you're casting. Ah, so Dekumon, you have come to learn at the foot of the third eldest brother, have you? I promise you, however, your education shall not be third-rate. Let us read from the second chapter, shall we? Are you settled? No last-moment trips to the privy? Very well. The Threat of Paucity. Ah, how magnificent the ruthless power we wield. Flame devours, ice entombs, and lightning courses through the stricken bodies of our foes. But oh, such desperation when the wellspring runs dry. Flame sputters out, ice melts into slush, and lightning sparks no longer. Know you this threat, and mind you the limits of your mortal vessel. A terrifying thought, isn't it? A Thaumaturge who has exhausted his arcane reserves is not but a man with a stick and a funny hat. For we mages, you may as well equate the etheric energy flowing through our veins with our very lifeblood. Should a battle find us lacking in this precious resource, we are as good as dead. Controlling the expenditure of your power requires an understanding of etheric balance. The scales can tip in one of two directions, astrally or umbrally. When your mind and spirit lean into an umbral direction, your Thaumaturgy is affected by a state known as umbral ice. The potency of your spells is diminished, but they also require less energy to invoke. On the other hand, a Thaumaturge in the astral fire state will find the potency of his incantations enhanced, but at a greater cost to his etheric stamina. Now, with the concepts of etheric balance and efficient casting foremost in your mind, I bid you go forth and slay 8 Fs. Pray do your best to stay alive. It reflects badly on me when the mauled corpse of one of my pupils is returned to the ossuary. Ah, I believe, yeah, is level 10 when we get that gag? Let me see, traits. I guess not. No, you have it at level 1. Interesting. But yeah, this is the basic limit of the black or the basic lesson of the black mage. You cast fire till you run out of gas, then you go into ice to get your gas back. Plain and simple. I don't think there are 8 Fs around here for me to slay. Alright. Really? You want some of this, you stupid bat? Fine. And I'm gonna clog my inventory with junk too. That's the best part. Takes care of that. Now I just gotta deal with the riffraff bothering me. Seriously, you guys think you'd have better things to do than just stand around and die horribly to a fire too? Guess not. Alright, Bonnie, I'm back.
Ah, you've arrived before me upright and breathing. Wonderful.
It is so much simpler to pose questions to a student without having to resort to necromantic divination. Tell me, Dekumon, what action would you take if you found your thaumaturgical endurance exhausted in the middle of battle? Flee. Brandish my scepter as a club. No, fuck that. Well, yeah, he wants this answer.
Oh, most practical indeed.
A discreet withdrawal to await the replenishment of your energies is a sound strategy, but should there be nowhere left to run, a vial of ether can be your stoutest ally. Ah, ether, the draught of the gods. We thaumaturges, indeed any who practice the arts of arcane manipulation, value this substance above all others. Thus it was with unbridled fury that we received the most recent report of beastman activity. It seems an Amalja raiding party has attacked a caravan on the trade routes and made off with an entire crate of precious ether. The time has come for you to put your new knowledge to the test. Annihilate these Amalja bandits and retrieve the cargo of ether-filled vials. According to the report, their armored war transport was last spotted to the south of Drybone. Ah, and I believe Kokobuki has an additional request. While you are busy incinerating Amalja, be sure to collect some samples of their blood. Assuming you can draw any from their smoking remains, of course. That might be difficult, but we'll see. Well, here's the spot. I just need some Amalja to roast. Perfect. There we are. Easy enough. Now, about those ether vials. Thank you kindly. Alright, Kokobani, I got the vials. Do I detect the scent of ether? And I trust that stench is Amalja blood. There you go, and here you go. 10 vials, 20, 30. The sight of so much ether is just so very comforting. What do we have here, Kokobani? Is this the crate that was stolen? I see Dekumon's lessons have had the desired effect. I will assume the vile viscous liquid you have there is beastman blood. Kokobasi should be pleased. Still giggling.
Kokobuki, you left word for me to visit the ossuary. Have you finally decided to begin my training in thaumaturgy?
Ah, Kokobusi. Good of you to come. Dekumon here was kind enough to obtain a supply of Amalja blood for you. An alchemist acquaintance of mine explained how you had been using the substance in your research to create a mana-amplifying elixir. Naturally, we are most interested in the results of such experiments. So you see, Busi, your work as an alchemist already puts you in a position to work alongside us. You needn't become a thaumaturge to be part of our family. That's right, Busi. Besides, the battlefield is a dangerous place, and our skills are not exactly suited to keeping others safe from harm.
I see. This is but another attempt to dissuade me from pursuing my true calling. I do not want to cheer you on from the safety of my workbench. I want to fight at your side.
Pussy? You have to keep saying it like that, game. We cannot just stand the thought of you being harmed. Pray do not do anything foolish. I do apologize, brother. I sometimes forget how difficult it must be not having a natural aptitude for the arcane arts. As I mentioned before, Dekumon, Kokobusi is dangerously unsuited to the wielding of thaumaturgy. Even with the proper training, he would be unable to cast magics as we can. Were he to attempt to force a manifestation of power, the strain on his etheric reserves would likely kill him. But let us not dwell on this unpleasant circumstance, for you, on the other hand, are brimming with thaumaturgic potential. Remain vigilant in your studies, and do not cease in your efforts to expand your wellspring of power. Oof.
Our poor little alchemist with the onion knight haircut. Doesn't deserve to get roused by his brothers just because he doesn't have the magical power. Anyway, next up, the Threat of Superiority.
Come, Dekumon. The yawning abyss beckons once more. Today, Kokobezi will instruct you from the chapter entitled The Threat of Superiority.
Oh, I'm sure he will. What have you got for me?
You are come for your lesson, Dekumon.
Then heed well my words.
The Threat of Superiority. Ah, how magnificent the intimidating power we wield.
Flames sear the air,
Ice frost the ground, and lightning flashes with blinding incandescence.
but not all are cowed by our elemental fury. Ignite not your flames,
Summon not your ice,
and strike not with your lightning. Know you this threat, and stay your hand against such foes.
Once you cut away all the overblown imagery, the passage draws attention to an important tactic. A wise Thaumaturge does not engage in battle against opponents he cannot defeat. A fine example would be avoiding conflict with Uldar's multitude of furious merchants. These soulless, ravening creatures are afflicted with the madness of insatiable avarice. Do you perhaps recall the crate of ether that you retrieved from the Eorzea bandits? Well, a number of irate peddlers have arrived at the guild with the gall to demand recompense for the few measly vials we emptied as our just reward. Alright, yes, we drank the entire bloody box. But the point is that the guild cannot presently afford to pay such a sum. Thus, I pass on to you the secret of my last and most potent defense. Shameless weeping.
Alright, this questline's already hilarious. Between the one character's name and these little bastards.
I'm not speaking of a few tears here. I want you to stride right up to these tyrannical traders and cry your eyes out.
What the fuck? Oh, these freaking little lalas are making me debase myself in front of merchants. Oh my god. They're all just here waiting. Alright, where is Cry?
It is a blue emote, so I just have to get to the blues. There it is, it's one of the early ones.
You needn't cry about a few vials of ether, lad. I'll tell you what, you dry your eyes for me, and I'll take care of the loss out of my own purse. This should not work. This should not work, but it is hilarious that it does.
Alright, son. I know you're the one who chased down some Eorzea brutes for us. I'll let it go this one time, for your sake.
Watch this just not work at all on this one. She just, like, does not care at all.
It's not that. Oh dear, I'm not angry at you, you understand? It's those 5 ether-addled brothers I take issue with. You tell them the next time this happens, I'll have the price taken out of their unprincipled hides.
Well, that was easy enough. Oh, God. Eesh. The freaking debasement these guys put me through.
A masterful performance, Dekumon. The sniffling was such a nice touch. You will, however, encounter foes who are unmoved by such piteous wailings. Take this recent request, for instance, which I have nominated to serve as your next trial. A team of scholars has asked for a Thaumaturge to destroy a cursed relic they unearthed, known as Mormo's Urn. While pottery is by and large immune to tears, it is the Alacrin thieves that subsequently stole it that concerns me. The Alacrin are an organization of criminals not normally known for their gentle or understanding dispositions. Rather than attempting to engage an entire gang of their thugs, I would suggest you neutralize the threat to your person with a well-timed sleep spell. The Alacrin have been seen traveling to the southeast of Drybone. Find them and destroy the urn they carry.
Oh, okay. That shouldn't be a problem. I see why they recommend the sleep spell. It's a level 18 area. Oh. And a duty calls? Actually, hold on. If this is a duty calls, then I want to at least have my other side on. Just so that stuff gets synced properly. Alright. So since they expect me to abuse this, I might as well. Take 5, buddy. Good thing I still have this on my bar. Solving problems one at a time. Basically, I have like 30 seconds until these guys all wake up. Don't worry, I'm just passing through here. Trying to find the thing. It's not over there. Where is it? Or maybe I do have to massacre these poor innocent fools. All right, fine. Wanton murder it is! Oh dear. I might have overestimated the problem here. You two go to sleep. Does that work in an A area? Maybe it does. I just want to deal with one of you at a time. Sleep. And you get lit on fire. I made this far harder than I needed to, but that's okay. Honestly, it keeps it more interesting. Alright, he's done. And one-on-one I can handle. I should be using transpose. That's my fault. Oh god, I just straight up fucked myself. Must cast Blizzard until mana bar recharges. Only have one charge of Umbral Ice. So embarrassing. There we go. Maybe now that door will open. Right? No? Well, maybe I just completely went the wrong ass way. That's entirely probable too. The map does say there's a path up here. No? Oh, F me in the... What am I missing here, game? What am I missing? Ow. Bloody hell. The damn thing's there. Fine. I suspect this will spawn something big in here. No, it doesn't. So I was just supposed to sneak past those guys.
Dekumon, a moment if you please. Pray allow me to shatter that urn.
This seems like a bad idea.
I thought that if I assisted you with your task, then my brothers might finally deign to take me seriously. So I followed you.
What have we got here then? A couple of nosy sand rabbits that are about to get skinned?
Oh, dear gods, where did they come from?
Lovely, hang on. You get snoozing. And this guy gets rolled. Oh, or he could just wake it up. That works too. Hang on, I'll sleep this one then. There, you take a nap, and I'm gonna blow you to Kingdom Come. How's that sound? There we go. Now we can deal with the other one. There we are. Is that it? Nope, got round two coming. I gotta do this here. There. Light you guys up. I get shot at. Yeah, you basically have to use transpose in early levels of Black Mage. Because if you don't, until you have Fire 3 and Ice 3, swapping between stances any other way just sucks. We good now? Yes, we're good now. Oof, that took longer than I thought. Mostly due to my own idiocy. Seriously, could have just slept them and got to the damn urn.
That was simply incredible, Dekumon. I wish I could wield the same sort of power. I became an alchemist in the hopes of creating some manner of mana-amplifying elixir, but all my efforts have been for naught. The results have been far too mild to make any difference. I'll never be a thaumaturge like my brothers at this rate. I'll forever be the pitiful, powerless little sibling.
If anything, you're the only one that keeps the rest of them alive now, it seems. You know, you're the alchemist, you're the healer. That's what you should just focus on, be a healer. Honestly, playing a back mage kind of, you know, bites. You have to hold still to do everything. At least until way later.
Momo's urn. If I destroy it, then maybe my family will finally see what I'm capable of.
Wait! Don't you dare break my urn!
Ah! What the? Did that piece of pottery just talk? Are you Momo the Void Sent?
Oh, don't you dare make a deal with the Void Set for power. Well, yes I am Momo, but I'm one of the nice Void Sent. It was the nasty ones that sealed me up in here for helping a mortal. If you wish to be so kind as to open the lid of my urn, I would be happy to grant you a wish. Anything you desire. Fortune, fame.
I'm not really interested in fame or fortune, but perhaps there is one thing. I'd like to have etheric power to equal that of my brothers.
Power, is it? A perfectly acceptable wish. In fact, I sense the latent ability buried deep within your spirit. It will be a simple thing for me to turn it loose. What more is there to think about? Open the lid. This is a bad idea. Oh, goodness. I should just throw... No, he's gonna do it. Son of a bitch. And we let him do it, no less. And now he's possessed.
Well, I don't feel different at all. I think Momo may have been lying. Come, Dekumon. It's time we were leaving. Oh, weren't we supposed to break this urn? Whoops. And that is that. Oh, yes, this will be such fun. I mean, it will be nice to return home after all this excitement.
You know, I was fully expecting him to pull like an Exorcist 180-degree head turn there. All right, I'm back.
Welcome back, Dekumon. I'm glad to see you making a habit out of not dying. Before we discuss your trial further, however, I would ask you about Kokobushi. When I saw him but a few moments ago, he seemed odd. Well, odder than usual. Would you happen to know aught of it?
Kokobushi joined me at my trial. Yeah, we should probably tell them. You know...
Bushi was at your trial?
It is extraordinarily dangerous and foolish to interfere with the Thaumaturge's training. I shall have to scold him most heartily. Such unpleasantness aside, I am impressed that you claimed victory in spite of this unexpected development. The teachings of the Yawning Abyss have served you well. With your experience and control thus demonstrated, I believe you are ready to add a new spell to your repertoire, Scathe. This elementary neutral blast of force will prove effective against all manner of opponents.
Actually, it will prove utterly useless.
As I am sure you are eager to test this incantation's efficacy, I shall grant you leave to return to your training. I pity the next hostile creature that crosses your path.
Yeah, we're not talking about Scathe. The only reason it even has even the modicum of use is that it's an instant cast spell. And that's it. And honestly, you should still never be using it because, you know, you have swift cast and triple cast, and basically you should never use it. Anyway, next up, the Threat of Perplexity.
Dekumon, you're safe. I feared you had fallen victim to the Mage Slayer. Have you not heard of the recent spate of gruesome killings taking place within Uldar?
Oh. It's the alchemist, brother.
Each case involves at least one dead Thaumaturge, and every corpse is found bloody, battered, and utterly drained of aetheric energy. Ill tidings aside, I am glad to see you alive and yawning with vitality. It is time for you to delve into the final chapter of the Yawning Abyss.
Sorry, glowing with vitality.
Kokoboha, our second youngest sibling, will read to you from The Threat of Perplexity.
The Threat of Perplexity? What's this one gonna teach me, This one involves a cutscene, huh? Greetings, Dekumon. As you once more prepared to peruse the pages of power and Pelor, then let us begin. Did your voice change in the last, 20 minutes? Well, I needed something to distinguish myself from my other brothers, so why not? The Threat of Perplexity. Ah, how magnificent the daunting power we wield. Flames pursue, ice transfixes, and lightning dances into the ranks of our enemies. But what terror descends when, from all sides, those ranks close? Flames are smothered, ice crushed, and lightning grounded. Know you this threat, and wear you the multitudinous foe. Is this just trying to teach me about AoE spells? Because I've got those already. Is the point of this passage readily apparent? It would be most problematic, for example, should you meet this malefic mage slayer and he, or she, proves to be multiple murderers. What a Thaumaturge needs is a thickest set thrall, a courageous companion, to accompany him in cases where collective cronies are expected. Now, as for your trial...
Kukabana, pray allow me to suggest a practical course for Dekumon's training. The town is buzzing with the news of yet more slaughtered Thaumaturges, the mutilated bodies found fouling the waters of Novicious Wells. I would have Dekumon aid me in hunting down the culprit while the trail is yet fresh.
Dekumon may have tolerated your interruptions of his trial last time, Bussy, but you are hardly the handy henchman he needs to clear such a hazardous hurdle.
Your concerns are understandable, brother. If I would allay your fears, I can introduce Dekumon to a valiant warrior who recently entered my employ. You have secured this...
You have secured the services of a stalwart swordsman? Then that would indeed be in line with learning the lessons of the day. Perhaps.
Come now, Dekumon. Let us be about our business before Kokoboha has a change of heart. I'll be waiting for you in Novicious Wells. What's that? Kokobusi?
This is the right spot, and there's his stalwart swordsman who I want to see. The Lorfell promised me a sack full of gil to do what I do best, and that's keeping all the attention on me.
Dekumon, so good of you to come. My Rodican friend here is the warrior I mentioned back at the ossuary. Now, there's no time to waste. Why don't you head into the stream and examine the bodies of the same mages? I would go with you, but with my delicate stomach, I fear I might contaminate the scene. Remember, you're looking for anything that might help us track down this killer.
Oh, I'm sure I know exactly where the killer is right now. Of course, I should play along and humor him. Oh, don't mind me, Mr. Froggy. I'm just picking up dead bodies and stuffing them into my back pocket where somehow they all managed to fit, safe and sound. There. Okay, I'm back.
Did you uncover anything incriminating?
Bloody scepter, shredded tome, bloody bracelet.
The blood is yet stick to the touch. The slaughter must have been recent indeed. The villain yet may lurk nearby. Return to the creek where the bodies lay and linger for a time. I dare say your aura, saturated it is with enticing etheric energy, will lure the Mage Slayer out into the open. Have courage, Dekumon. Our bully companion stands ready to leap to your aid.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Oh look, another duty calls. Lovely. Soul Sucker Imp? That's not what I expected. This is just a minion? That's fine. I love how he's just flashing it. Yes, abuse that skill that paladins no longer have access to. Uh-oh. Seemingly ordinary imps. Fine, I'll put the big one to sleep just like he wants. Then we'll deal with the little ones. And that really does drain the mana. Yeah, I gotta juice back up, buddy. Here we are. Alright, now the other one's dealt with. Oh, and just in time for this guy to wake the fuck up again. There. Dude, you want to heal or something? Nice. I'm off to collect me coin. Sure you are. That was a cute little fight. And I'm sure our resident alchemist will be thrilled to see that I've survived.
It seems your partnership with our hired blades went splendidly. It is unfortunate, though, that one of the imps was able to flutter away. Oh, did you not notice? You wouldn't wish to report to Kokoboha with your trial but half finished, would you? Of course not. I'm afraid, however, that the Rodigan has already collected his recompense and departed for the nearest alehouse. Ah, what to do? Surely a thaumaturge of your caliber can handle a single imp, yes? If I'm not mistaken, it fled into that little cave over there. Hurry now, before it slips away into some hidden nook or cranny.
Gee, I wonder if this might be a trap. Here he comes. My character is not even remotely fooled. Yep. Oh, never mind. Saved by the brother.
That is not Kokobusi. Well, it is Kokobusi. But the Kokobusi presented by the...
I'm sorry. Saying it 3 times in a row is just making me try not to laugh so hard here.
Possessed by the void scent that escaped from Momo's urn. It was feeding on the etheric energy of all those slain thaumaturges.
Yeah, that was easy.
And you, my dear Manowit Dekumon, were to be next. I have wanted to absorb your delicious power since the moment we met. A pity. This has been such an amusing charade. However did you see through it?
I am Kokobusi's brother. How could I not? It is time I destroyed you, Momo, and put a stop to these sinister killings. As the eldest, I must take responsibility for my family's misadventures.
A coward like you? Destroying me? Your opening strike should have pierced my heart, but instead you aimed for the knife. Fear stays your hand. Fear that slaying me will also slay your sibling.
And he's flying. That's not good. Oh, that's freaking creepy.
Poor spineless thaumaturge. I shall, however, leave you with a pleasant thought. It was Kokobusi's fervent wish to amass this power. I'm simply helping him along. He craved the arcane strength to stand behind his brothers as an equal. What a shame that he must now stand against you.
It pains me to admit, but there is some truth to that creature's words. I surrendered the perfect opportunity to end this. I have betrayed my own teachings. Hey, I'm just glad I didn't get a knife in the back. Return to the ossuary and report the completion of your trial, Dekumon. I will remain here for a time and gather my thoughts. No, that was not a nod. That was just my character's head following the frickin' Lala. Alright, Boha, that was interesting. Ah, Dekumon, Kokobuki has advised me of your adventures. It seems the Mage Slayer slithered away, but your stint with the Swordsman was nonetheless successful. Consider this chapter complete. Your time with our Tome of Teachings is at an end. Well, to be absolutely accurate, there is an addendum with additional advice, but Kokobuki considers it extracurricular. Even I dare not delve into those diabolical depths. I do not yet deign to die, you understand. Ooh. I mean, I'm not down for some extra credit. I have yet to inform my brothers of Kokobusi's misfortune. I have yet to reconcile the maelstrom within my own mind. The most fundamental lessons of thaumaturgy demanded I slay the creature where it stood. It was the most opportune moment to strike. Minimal risk, and victory all but assured. How many more will suffer for my hesitation, and my cowardice? It will likely be some time, however, before Momo resurfaces to kill again. Now that we have uncovered the deception, the Void Scent will seek a new hunting ground where Kokobusi's face is unknown. And though the respite may be brief, I must devote this time to considering my next course of action. Pray leave me to my musings, Dekumon. You got 3 seconds. Actually, no. One of the other brothers is going to give me my next quest. The hidden chapter.
Ah, Dekumon, I saw you coming this time. I've been more watchful since Kokobuki told us about this dreadful business with Kokobusi. We must locate our unfortunate younger sibling as soon as possible and deal with him. But Kokobuki is not his usual unflappable self. It frightens me to see our eldest so indecisive. Terrifies me, in fact. Perhaps you might speak with him and help banish this air of uncertainty.
I could try. No guarantees, though.
Dekumon, long have I agonized over Kokobusi's plight, and the measures I might take to extricate him from it. It would not do to call upon my Thaumaturge colleagues. No, they would simply seek to obliterate my brother outright. Our teachings from the Yawning Abyss allow for no other alternative. There is, however, one tiny glimmer of hope. I have had word that the scholars who requested the destruction of Momo's urn have returned from their expedition. They are currently in Camp Drybone, blowing the ink dry on their collective findings regarding that wretched void scent. I would ask that you go to these experts of otherworldly phenomena and beg permission to pursue their work.
Okay. Void math.
If you seek the definitive work on Momo, then seek no further. I have penned an in-depth analysis of a most cunning ritual, a method contrived by the mages of Eld to annihilate the soul of this especially potent void scent. When it comes to draining such a creature of its etheric energies, one must... but I have not the time to stand here explaining the intricacies of shaping arcane pottery. Here, take my chapter and read it at your leisure.
Oh, that was easy. Unfortunately... I see a second one up there. Not sure what the third one is yet, though. Excuse me, sir? You're interested in reading our Book of Momo? Of course. It would be a pleasure to share our findings with a fellow student of the Void Scent. Here is the first chapter, mine own humble contribution to our research. It tells the tale of how we became aware of the creature's existence, and delves into the nature of the urn that imprisoned her fell power.
There's the last one. Sheesh! Had to hide them in a building, no less.
You wish to learn of Momo? Right this instant? But we've barely... How did you... Well, I suppose I could spare a copy of my writings. I've already prepared several extra sets to share with potential publishers. I can well understand your curiosity. Momo is truly fascinating, even among the oddities of the Void Scent. She is far too powerful to make use of the tiny holes that open between our realities, and thus must send across only her spirit to possess a corpse or some other suitable host. You'll find it all explained there in the second chapter.
Thank goodness. Sheesh, that took way too long to find. Alright, Buki, I got them all.
Do you have the 3 chapters of the Book of Momo?
Here you are.
The histories unearthed in the ruins of Silda depict the suffering wrought by a singularly powerful void scent, the cunning and terrible seductress known as Momo. With genius born of desperation, the mages of the now fallen city fashioned an urn that would drain and imprison the etheric vitality of any creature that laid a hand or claw upon it. Momo, believing she was receiving a gift of appeasement from the beleaguered citizens, found her very essence drawn forth and trapped within the ensorcelled pot. Over the course of several centuries, the captive etheric energy was intended to weaken and dissipate, allowing any surviving descendants to safely shatter the urn and thus destroy Momo's enervated spirit. The pot's lid was never to be opened again. To do so would release the ravenous void scent, freeing her soul to enslave the nearest mortal vessel. As possession of this nature is irreversible, the only mercy afforded such a host should be a swift and decisive demise. Oh crap.
This explains Momo's fixation on Thaumaturgicide. Kokobusi's body provided little arcane sustenance for the weakened void scent, forcing her to prey upon richer sources of ether to restore her hideous power. This morsel of information may prove most vital. In fact, it may be the only glimmer of hope our poor sibling has. Pray hand this work over to Kokobigo. I shall be along momentarily.
This is a work devoted to studying that nasty void scent. I should hope it provides some hint of salvation.
We'll see. It didn't sound really good from what I heard.
Kokobuki. These passages hold naught but misery and despair. It seems we have little choice but to employ our traditional approach.
Though fraught with danger, there is one solution that promises an alternative to killing Kokobusi. If we fail, however, it will likely mean death for us all.
Who is this mad mage that poses as our elder brother? What of avoiding the threats? Of eliminating the risk? Is that not how we thaumaturges do battle?
With each passing moment, Momo draws ever closer to her full strength. It pains me to even suggest it, but we should strike now, Kokobuki, while the void scent is yet feeble.
I share that same self-sent sentiment. Sorrowful though it may be, we must slay our enslaved sibling, and soon.
Listen, brothers, for my solution is thus. In return for releasing Kokobusi from Momo's thrall, I will offer the void scent the chance to glut herself on my mana.
You cannot! That succubus will drain you to a lifeless husk, and such a feast will awaken all her terrible magics.
The well of my power is vast. I wager Mormo's thirst will be slaked before my spirit fully runs dry. And the newly enlivened Void Scent? She will then face the combined wrath of Dekumon and 4 guild masters of Thaumaturge. How can we hope to prevail against this paragon of preternatural potency? We have always avoided adversaries against whom we hold no advantage.
The fault lies with me. Ever have I encouraged such avoidance, and taught only the wisdom of certain victory. It is time we learned the courage to fight battles of unsure outcomes. And it is you, Dekumon, that I ask to instruct us. There is yet one chapter left in the Yawning Abyss, one that is customarily hidden from newer members. Undertake the trial found within, and show my brothers what it means to be brave.
How can you ask such a thing of poor Dekumon when even his guildmasters have yet to attempt that ghastly test?
The arcane might you all possess is far greater than you believe. Dekumon, once you deem yourself prepared for the lesson of the true final chapter, meet us in the hallowed halls of Thau's Respite.
My goodness. Another duty calls. Alright.
I regret having to drag you into our family's troubles, but I am confident that, with the many and terrible trials you have bested already, you will prevail once more. The hidden chapter of the Yawning Abyss presents a trial that challenges the accumulated knowledge and skills of a single Thaumaturge. You must employ all the tools at your disposal if you hope to seize victory this day. Let the trial commence.
Alright, show it to me. I apologize if this is going to be a long episode, but holy crap. I mean, I'm already at like the 90-minute point, but I've had to do a few off-screen things in between. Alright, let's start with these. Whew. That was easy enough. Ooh, I should probably snooze one of you two. Oh, wow, I forgot that's an AoE now. Used to not be an AoE, so. Alright. There we are. Any more? Oh, that was easy enough. Well, these things cannot take a punch. Not one punch. Oh, hi. Hello, sir. And here come the bats again. I'll take care of that one. Dodge! Any more? The final nightmare approaches. Uh-oh. Oh, this guy can't take a hit either. There we are, lighten his ass up. I get my mana back. Easy enough. Goodbye. Roast that bug. That really wasn't that difficult, guys. Come on. Any of you five should have been able to handle that easily.
I cannot stop shaking. But I think this may actually be excitement.
Do you see now, my brothers? With the primal energies of Thaumaturge at your command, there is no threat which you cannot overcome.
Perhaps there is a chance to save Kokobusi. I need to reconsider some of my strategies.
It seems we have been wasting our potential. I would never have believed it possible for a mage to show such courage and live.
What a wonder Dekumon was. I feel my fingers itching to fling fire with the fury.
Imagine, my siblings, what towering enemies you might topple should you stand firm. Together. Thank you, Dekumon. Your inspiring display of magecraft has set the minds of my brothers reeling with new possibilities. Let us now return to the guild and discuss what is to come.
I imagine what is to come is one last quest and one more duty calls.
What a formidable team you shall all make. Kokobigo, Kokobani, Kokobezi, Kokoboha, Dekumon. Even Mormo must wither before the onslaught of your combined thaumaturgy. But before we engage the Voidsent, perhaps some time is needed for my brothers to unlearn their ingrained inclinations. Meanwhile, I suggest you hurl yourself into the chasm of your studies. Your fearless thaumaturgy is as a beacon to us all.
Alright, show me that last beautiful quest, facing your demons.
Fortune has favored us, Dekumon. Kokobusi has been spotted at Vesper Bay. We cannot let this opportunity pass us by. Heed there with all due haste, and with you, take these descriptions of my brother's likeness and Mormo's mannerisms. Relay this information to some of the local residents and see what you can find.
Oh, okay. So gotta do a little detective work first. Alright, time to start handing out some papers. Something I can do for you, stranger. Here, hold this.
Now that you mention it.
I did see a Lalafell who matches this description. He was watching the fairs come in with more than passing interest. Looking to hire some adventurers or some such, I reckon. More likely looking for a snack. I'm gonna have to go back into the building. This quest line is gonna be irritating just because it keeps making me go in the buildings looking for people. See?
Oh, welcome to the Pist Piece, love. What can I get you?
You can get me a description.
Ah, information, is it? Ah, the little bloke was in here, bringing a blush to all the young maiden's cheeks. What he lacked in height, he certainly made up for in boldness. Lifted more than one lass on his arm, he did.
Oh. Apparently our succubus swings both ways. Ah, there's the last one.
What's that, son? You say you're looking for someone?
Yeah, I am.
I believe I saw your Lalafell in the company of a couple of adventurers hailing from Limsa Laminsa. A marauder and a Thaumaturge, were to hazard a guess. I think they were talking about seeing the area north of here.
And that's all the information I needed. 2 adventurers, 1 Thaumaturge, headed north.
So, Mormo has chosen this as her new hunting ground. The maidens seduced by the succubus will be prepared as vessels to hold her fully restored power.
Oh, okay, fine.
I fear they will have already been slain. As for the adventurers, well, I think you can imagine what Mormo intends for the Thaumaturge. We must find and warn those unwitting Laminsons before the Voidsent strikes again. You were told that they might be headed north, yes? It would be best for you to follow suit.
I'm sure it would. Hello. Oh dear, the marauders are already down.
Ugh, still here. It's still here somewhere. Somewhere close.
Mormo's missionary? Well, you're dead. Don't worry, dude. I got it covered.
My thanks, lad. Oh, me head. The little bastard said he would give us the grand tour of Uldor. Oh, no, it's been grand, all right. Please, he took me mate further north. Think he was muttering something about moon drip.
Dekumon, what has befallen?
We're going to Moondrip, baby.
I sense the presence of Voidsent, but it appears you have things well in hand.
Jeez. This whole time, and I think that's our second nod.
Moordrip is in Moondrip? A fitting place for the battle to come. It is time to finish this, my brothers. Kokobusi will be a slave to that fiend no longer.
Oh dear. Alright, time to get to the fight.
I shall approach Mormo first, as we discussed. If the bargaining proceeds smoothly, and the Voidsent feeds on my proffered mana, then she should soon manifest in her demonic form. Once Mormo is fully present within this realm, that is when you unleash the seething power of the Abyss. Though after lecturing you for so long on how a Thaumaturge should avoid such threats, I yet hold doubts as to whether such a direct conflict is the correct path. Dekumon, in your experience, what do you consider to be a Thaumaturge's greatest strength?
Overwhelming destructive might. Introspection. No.
Yes, there are none who can match our propensity for fiery ruin. We need not run from danger, but
but rather employ our unrivaled powers to incinerate all that seek to do us harm, and trust in the tanks to hold aggro. I am decided. My fate awaits me. I have faith that no matter what becomes of me, you shall succeed in destroying Momo, ending her threat to this realm. Oh dear. I'm about to end up with a dead frickin' guildmaster. Enough, Momo.
Well, if it isn't the elves, the cowardly Thaumaturge brothers. I thought you'd be busy whimpering under your bed, wishing that I'd just disappear.
I've come to offer you a deal. I know you seek the etheric energy needed to substantiate your true form, but how much time do you intend to waste feeding on these lesser mages? Compared to these stripling sorcerers and their trembling arcane flames, my power is as a blazing sun. Would you not prefer to take what I can give you? Ooh, that grin. Drain my strength and assume your rightful appearance. I am sure you think me a coward, but that is of no consequence. I only wish Kokobussi returned to us unharmed.
You are wise to acquiesce, mage.
Yeah. Oh well, she's alive. Jeez, just slurp it all up. Oh goodness. There's the slain ladies.
At long last, my true body, my true power, is mine once more. I believe a stretching of the old arcane muscles is in order.
Yeah, how about you stretch them out trying to survive us? Oh my god.
Oh no, you don't, Voidsent. We won't let you leave here alive.
Seriously, you four, buck up a little. They're hiding behind me.
So you risk your lives in a valiant rescue attempt? You should not bet what you are prepared to lose. I shall tear the ether from your very marrow.
Fine, bring it on. You're hardly the first voice that I've had to deal with. Alright, lay into her. Easy enough. She's not really doing anything to be really threatening. Uh-oh, I got attention. Hang on. Come over here, bitch. I don't want you AoEing them all down by mistake. I love the fact that I've actually managed to pull aggro off of them. Uh-oh. Pull in. Oh, and they all take the silence. Idiots. She weaves our threats as spells. Oh, lovely. Oh, not fire. Blizzard. She's getting low, thankfully. This is just like a slog fight. And I don't have any way to silence that. No, you don't. should do some work. I gotta deal with these freaking voice scent monsters here fast. There we are. Whew. Okay, that actually got minorly hairy there for half a second. There we go. That wasn't too bad. And throw us back into Ice Dance for good measure. That way I match everybody else.
We won?
We won! Victory is ours! Cookapussy! Cookabuki! Momo's dead!
What? Where am I? Like, though you're awake. Cookabuki! Cookabussy's returned to us!
Ah, our sibling has yet to stir from his somnolent stupor.
Bookie?
He dead. At least until our resident alchemist gets a hold of him.
Oh, his etheric channels have contracted. They're barely sufficient to sustain the flow of his life force. If we do not to increase his capacity for ether soon, his vitality will drain away completely. Oh, wait. Here we are. My mana amplifying potion. Its potency is limited, but it just might be enough. Down the hatch, brother.
There we are. I see the battle has ended, as I expected.
Oh, you did it, Cookapussy! Your alchemist saved him!
Like I said, I'm gonna get these ones mixed up.
And we would not have prevailed without you, Dekumon. You will bear our brother back to the Eorzea. Remy just said that we might properly express our gratitude.
And one of them just suddenly grew a Scottish accent. I'm so I'm sorry. It's hot in here and I've been recording for almost 2 hours. I'm sweating and it's making my brain melt. All right, time to put the Thaumaturge quest line to bed. Hey, all 6 of them are here.
Thank you, Dekumon. After seeking refuge in the comforting shadows of the abyss for so long, I had lost sight of the blazing glory of which Thaumaturge is capable. The raw power and audacity of your magecraft has freed my brothers and me from our self-imposed cowardice.
See, you don't have to be hiding in the shadows. You don't have to take fights you only think you, or you only know you can win.
I thought Thal himself had his fingers at my throat, but the sensation of hard-won supremacy is strange.
Oh, that's the Growly brother, I'm sorry.
As for you, Cookabussy, you are our brother and our respected colleague. I hope you never again underestimate the precious power you wield.
You're the only one here that can save our lives when we fuck up.
Dekumon, you have exceeded all my expectations. In recognition of your outstanding growth as a Thaumaturge, I shall impart to you one of the guild's most closely guarded techniques. Mana Ward. It is a defensive weaving of energies that blunts the force of any attack made against you. I'm sure you can understand why we do not teach this secret to every stray hedge wizard who chooses to join our ranks. Now that you have experienced the deadliest threats, and the joy that comes with their obliteration, I am certain you are eager to explore just how deep you might descend into the chasm of Thaumaturgy. May your struggles bring wisdom, and your wisdom bring courage. I, for one, may look forward to hearing of your future thaumaturgical endeavors.
Don't worry, we'll get to those on a future day. First things first, I'll pick up my new skill, which I probably should have used in that last fight, but... And with that, we're gonna call this chapter of the job quest line to a close. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a like and favorite, and subscribe to join me for more Eorzean job listings, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. I'm gonna go shove my head in the freezer.